Hello everyone, this is Rockboy2005 and I'm going to do another video of how to multi-boot your hard drives. Well, the last video I showed you guys how to do it on the Grub on Linux. I never know, some of you guys like, not in the form of Linux. I don't want to be in Linux. I just want to have my Windows, that's it. Or if you're a Mac and you want to have your Windows on it. Or other Mac, whatever. But this one is for Windows, since the only thing I can get is Windows and Linux. So if I ever get a Mac, I'll probably show you guys another video how to do Mac. In this case, I'm going to show you guys the Windows 8 first. As you guys know, I'm using the 8. You probably saw this previous time how I done it by the partitions, but however, I did it on hard drives. Oops, I picked the wrong one. Okay. And definitely know the video size will be my whole screen, and I definitely know you guys probably cannot see the whole description. So I'm going to bring up Magnify. And I'm going to put it on Lens. Let's go ahead and put it at 300. And I should smooth this a bit. As you see, I have the Virtual 8 Developer Preview, which is right there. Which I keep forgetting this is a lens. This is my Virtual Vista, which is right here. And also I have XP, but where is it? It's kind of weird. It's not going to show. It didn't show XP in here. Actually, the XP is in the boot manager, but for some reason Windows 8 cannot go any lower than than Vista. So anything Vista or higher can be seen by Windows 8's new boot manager. Anything XP below, it cannot be seen. You have to reset it. You have to reset to the black boot manager by picking XP or Vista or 7. You have to pick one of those to get the old boot manager so you can see XP. To make sure I show you it works, I'm going to pick Vista first, even though it sucks. And okay, that's not right. Okay, here we go. Let's say I thought it was gonna go corrupted on me because I saw the boot, the BIOS. And there you go. I got. There's Vista works. Vista works, and I still hate it. So let's actually. I don't even care about it. That's reason because how the reason why it does this is because of the the guest edition don't like Vista at all either. And I don't blame. So let's go ahead and hit the reset. I'll probably have a dual mouse pretty soon because of the resetting. Well, I guess not. Let's go ahead and go to the developer preview. And there we go. There is a way to do this. If you guys want to know, you have to use the console. Which I know some of you guys are like, whoa. You mean the command prompt? Yes, you have no choice but to use command prompt. But luckily, there's some company, whatever, made a program make it easier for you, which is called EasyBCD. Easy, just the word easy. BCD. So, but I definitely know you guys want to see XP in here, so I'm going to show you guys that last. But first, I want to show you guys a bit of it on the console side, just to show you your list. Well, not the old list. It's still the same list that what EasyBCD did. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really good editor, so I'm not going to try cutting that out. What EasyBCD does is it takes what your information you want and automatically does it in the background on the command prompt, which everything is done on your computer. What you see right now is the graphical user interface, or GUI, which is this, your folders, your icons, and that, because it made be user friendly. For me or other IT people, they got to go back to the old style, because most of the stuff that could be done is by console. So I want to go, yep, BCD. Why am I thinking about easy here for some reason? Edit. And let's get my magnifier back. Let's get the lens and put it on 200. Grab this, and I'm gonna screw up. All right, here's Windows bootloader. The current default current. So on the bootloader, the current is the C, which is up here as well, I believe. No, I guess not. Okay, whatever. It's going to be looking at partition C, or your hard drive C, whatever you want to call it for you guys. That's just the actual hard drive or partition of your computer. The OS device and the device is C. As you also know, is when you look at the path, it's looking for winload.exe. Vista does this too when it's on E. The sad part is on XP, the path is just that. There is no winload. I think that's what it's trying to look for. It's looking for the winload. If there's no winload, it's not going to be in its list when you're looking for the boot manager on Windows 8. So no winload, no boot option, which is kind of upsetting. And you guys notice that this one's going to E instead of C. I did try. If you have just 8 and XP, yeah, you can go to C. But I think it's what XP is doing is taking the lowest version of Windows as possible to keep up with. So if you have a 7 with 8 and XP, XP is going straight to 7 as its main partition. Same for Vista. So to be a little bit careful if you have 8, 7, Vista, and you want to pick one of those partitions as your for XP. Yes, I believe it goes to the lowest version is possible for XP to handle, which is Vista 7. Which I believe Vista is the earliest, then the 7 is the newest, and then 8. So if you have Vista and 8, it's on the Vista. If it goes to 7, if you have 7 and 8 and XP is going straight to 7's partition or hard drive. And if you have all four of them, XP, Vista, 7, and 8, I believe XP will still go to Vista. So be very careful. You have to make sure it's not partition where it belongs to. And you also know the path is /nts/ntldr. This is important. I believe you can also do it as /ntldr, but for EasyBCD it just chose NST as well, so keep that in mind. Identifier is just how it identifies the hard drive or the partition. So that's also good information to need to know. This is root is Windows on Vista and probably for 7 as well. System root, same for 8. So, and I didn't know that there are some commands you can do, like BCD edit. If you want to create one, you can just type in create, then put in the brackets, the curly brackets, and type in whatever, I believe Windows. But so I'm gonna put that back as blank. Then you go /D or type in description and type in the name, which I'm gonna say Windows 7. And you hit enter, and it most likely will give you approval if you made a mistake. It's okay. Keep trying. Make up identifiers yourself like these. Try to get it to work. Much better idea is when you have a virtual machine, just copy the identifier of your partition, Vista 7 and 8 or whatever. So when you come back to do the hard drives way, you got the whole identifier key number. But that's up to you. Then after you did the creation, you want to set the blank. I'm not going to type in the name. I think it's device, then partition. I'm trying to remember everything I go, but as I said, for me, I'm not really good at this one. This gets me really freaked out. And you want that. Same thing when you go to put in the OS. Partition. I always keep putting partitions. And you probably also need the path. So you go after you enter that, you just want to type in this again. You put in path and type in the direction. In this case, I want /Windows /System32 and winload.exe. This is, I probably misspelled somewhere. Yeah, I did. I thought I did. exe. Okay, set whatever name of the identifier, path, partition, and I thought I missed somewhere else too. Windows System32 winload.exe. I don't know there's one more command you needed. I think it was add /add device and set path below. I think it was, I can't remember the full name on this one. That's why I don't use this one. This one freaks me out once in a while, usually, and also mostly not going to work for me. So this is what I use to get me in the comfort zone. Probably also for you guys. As I said, EasyBCD. So come on, let me enter it. Of course. Let's hope it still works on me, because I think 8 is not fully understand on this one. Alright, let's go to. Can I? No. No, it's still being a jerk if I do it that way. Alright, let's go to full screen so I don't have to worry about it. Let's keep the magnet. Okay, whatever. You stay there. Just put you over there. As you can see, if you can read small words, this one here is just like the console you saw, but just more straight line, so you don't have to see path, whatever. Shows you the description name. This is the boot's default. Default or I'm trying to remember, current. And what partition, and also not just partition, but also your OS partition. Here is the path. Same thing down here on Vista. This one also tells you what your identifier again. That's what BCD ID is, mostly your identifier. So let's go ahead and erase these two so I can show you bit by bit on each step. Alright, when you first get your hard drives most all put together and you see your partitions and you want to, or your hard drives, whatever, in this case this is the hard drives, for some reason you can't boot into there. You have to do XP, Vista, or 7 before you upgrade to the higher ones, which is Vista 7 and 8. So sadly, if you want to get that boot manager again, but for hard drives, you have to do it like I'm showing you right now. The BCD on the console, but in this case, I'm going to show you guys on this one, the EasyBCD. It's really nice. It really helps. So I'm going to add a new entry. This is like I'm doing like in the console, on the command prompt, but easier. As I said, everything you do on the GUI is doing on the command prompt in the background. So that's one thing I like about it. So I'm selecting Windows XP, and it'll automatically configure what drive has to go. So that's really nice thing it does. So I'm going to call this Windows XP, and it's automatically detect the correct drive. So that means, as I said, it's looking for the lowest OS possible, the lowest. So if you have Vista, it's going to go to that lowest with Vista. If you have 7 as your lowest, it's going to go to 7. It's going to try and keep the correct one that can work with it. So I got XP configured, and it's in here. Now I want to go ahead and add another one. I'm going to go back to Vista and 7. I'm going to erase Microsoft again and type in Vista. However, now you need to configure the drive. In this case, Vista is E, so I want to go select E. So I'm going to add that entry. I want to look at my advanced settings and pick XP. It's automatically configured as going to drive E. As I said, it's going to looks like it's going to the lowest setting of that XP can handle. So since Vista is the lowest before XP itself, it's going to handle that one. If 7 was your lowest, it's going to handle with 7. So okay, I'm going to save just once more time just to make sure. Yes, you can also tell the EasyBCD what you want to boot first. You want to boot with XP, Vista, or Windows 8 or 7, whatever you have. But in this case, let's say it didn't have it and we want to boot to XP. I'll show you that in a bit. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Go to the bottom right, settings of 8, and hit the power and restart it. Okay, I'm going to close this. I don't need the magnifier anymore. Okay, now it's going to restart VirtualBox. And right now, since I didn't change the default settings, I kept it as Windows 8. and it's going to bring you back to this, your developer preview and Vista. As I said, when I go to Vista, it should run perfectly fine, and it's going to show, versus that configure the window to tell it go to Windows 8 Vista. Let's go ahead. There you go. There's Windows 8. Oh, sorry, Vista. Sorry. I wish it was 8, because Vista does suck. Okay. Let's reset and go back to. Let's go back to the high glory Windows 8. Probably be as well good as Windows 7. So let's go ahead. There it goes. There we go. Now let's go back in. I did something wrong. Let me pause it so I don't see my alright, I cut a little bit of it. I actually did a little bit edit by pausing. By a simple pause. I don't want you guys to see my question, so or I'm gonna be having fun redoing this whole video again. Alright, I'm gonna go back to here and type in control panel, because I don't, as you can tell, when I hit this, it'll go back to here. So even though it does have control panel on the start screen, but I don't want to go there. I like this better. Go to System Security, Systems, Advanced System Settings, and you bring up this. You want this. Yeah, I think I have a dual mouse now. I have a dual mouse icon. Very little C. Well, alright. When you get to here, go to Startup and Recovery, and it'll bring up to this. You want to pick what you want. I'm going to pick this one as my start. And click OK. And click OK. So let's go back to Libraries, C, Program Files, and we'll just go back to the EasyBCD so I can show you. You can also do it on here. Dang dual mouse. I thought I was going to have a dual mouse sooner or later. Alright, when you go to Edit Boot menu here, and as you can see, this XP is my main start. Just like what I did on the control panel. So, let's go ahead and close those down, and Settings, Power, and Restart. Now I pick Windows XP as my main start now, so it's going to bring up your good old boot manager, your old black and white. And now you can see there's Windows Developer Preview and whatnot, the crappy Vista. And I do hope when you do this kind of things, you hope it's just 7, not Vista. I do hope so. I always make fun of Vista by just torturing it, especially doing videos like the previous, like mostly upgrading. Bye bye Vista. Well, anyway, so yeah, let's now go to Windows XP, and I'll show you it works just as fine. I do hope it starts. I do hope it starts. And this is the fun one I love to do, mess around. I do hope I picked the right one. Yeah, let's just do a restart. As I said, this is something I start Windows normally. Let's see if I I think it's because it's configured to be. Let me do a quick configuration on this one. I think it's because it's so used to having XP as a SATA, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to SATA. Remove. And now I want to add a SATA. Choose existing. I want XP. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. This is a configuration I really love to do. Alright. Minus that, I'm gonna go minus this, minus this. Add 8 XP and Vista. Okay. Okay. Put everything on. I'm gonna set the drive. Do it normally. There we go. Let's just put everything on SATA now on. Yeah, you put when you start Windows XP, you want to put as an IDE and get the SATA drives needed and put your XP on SATA. Sorry about that. It took me a while. It's one of the things I love about virtual machines. Anything goes wrong, you can always fix it by either erasing it or a small tweaking. So. And there you go. I got. Took a while. Sorry about that. Yeah, I probably was like, probably you guys are gonna go this way. Boo on the boot menu. We almost got us going away from EasyBCD. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get some time, get this thing to run for you guys. And as you can see, it is fully working. I'm happy to say it's actually working. This is a good way to help you, and if you want to move multiple hard drives without using Linux. And one thing I also like about EasyBCD is it also uses the Linux side. If you have a Windows side, you want only run with Windows, or when you upgrade to Windows and some reason your Linux is not there anymore, EasyBCD does that and helps you bring it back, which is really nice. It's a nice thing that they did. So if you want your Linux to be shown, you can be doing that. And I'm shockingly strange that it also has Mac on there. So if you have a Mac, if your computer's a Mac mostly, and I tell you guys that use Mac on your regular PCs or laptops when it's supposed to be built for MacBooks or Mac desktops. So have fun with this tool. Mostly do this on a virtual machine first before you even try on your computers. It's a good environment to test this on and before you actually do the real thing. It's really nice. It keeps me up moving, keeps me learning, and especially I learned this by the book. Seriously, in my school I had learned this in the book. This is Rocket Boy 305. See you guys in the next video.